Hello, day one of Quadrilaterals, Unit 2. So exciting. Exciting to be done with your water park projects and whatnot, but let's talk about some properties of quadrilaterals real quick. Make sure that you check on its learning to see that you have all the properties for our special quadrilaterals, as those are the properties that we're going to be proving with slope and distance formula. So if you're looking at this page, that means you can see the other item within this page that tells you the properties that you have to know. If you don't have this filled out completely, maybe print it out, have it in your notes, because these are the important properties that we're going to have to prove. But I just wanted to spend this video looking at some notation that you're going to see. So these are all squares right here, and I'm just going to show you what the notation will look like for parallel, congruent, sides, congruent angles, etc. Okay, so let's fix this real quick. All right, so for these first one, parallel sides look like this. But when I have like a box, I use an arrow to denote of parallel sides. So if you ever see arrows opposite of each other, that means that opposite sides are parallel. And if I want to say there's a different set of parallel sides, I might use two arrows. So make sure that you connect the arrows like you are saying these sides match up because they both have two arrows. And then similarly, these sides match up because they both have one arrow. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, come see me. All right, next one is congruent sides. They use tick marks to notate congruent sides. Congruent means equal. So if these two sides are congruent, I can also say use two tick marks to have a different set of parallel or congruent sides. Well, can't talk today. All right, congruent angles, again, equal angles. Angles are inside of the quadrilateral, so that's going to be used with a curved line. So that curved line tells me that these two angles match up, therefore they're equal. And again, I can have two sets of congruent lines. So I'm going to have two little curved lines to say that these two pairs are equal. Now, of course, I'm going back to the congruent sides. We know that a square has all sides congruent. So technically speaking, each one of these sides would have the same amount of tick marks because all four of these sides are congruent to each other. The next one is right angles. We know that right angles are formed by perpendicular lines, and I'm sure you've seen before the popular little box at the corner. So if you ever see the box at the corner, that means that they have right angles. So be careful between these two. Sometimes it's kind of hard to make the lines look curved, especially if you have really small shapes. But hopefully this helps you looking at what the lines should actually look like, and if you ever see them on a quiz or a test, what they mean and how to categorize them based on parallel, congruent, or right angles.